Come on, come on. Got it. Good evening, everyone. It's Saturday night. Oh, very rare what a Saturday night is. It's June the 25th. It's the day after Sheffield Eagles, the last game against Lee for the foreseeable future, because they've just signed Josh Charnley today. And if that is an intent of them in Super League, I don't know what is. Great news that we don't have to play Lee. Bad news is we've got to play Featherstone. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Firstly, how are you? You know, you've been badly. Are you all right?
I'm getting there. I've still got the faintest red line. I'm not contagious though. Apparently, I followed all the rules. I didn't come out of my house until after the isolation after 6 days, and then I was fine. I went to Scarborough. I was fine and everything like that. But I just feel knackered. I've got the snottiest, runniest nose ever, and just feel tired. That's it.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Terrible. I'm just glad I had the injections. I really am. I'm just happy.
Vaccines work.
Yeah, vaccines work. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't been on for a couple of weeks. We've played Bradford and Lee in that time. So we should look over those games and just...
The honeymoon period is over, I gather now. Yeah.
I mean, there's been no gimmies, has they? Bradford...
Is the stadium finished? Now? Have they plucked up the sides of the thing where they got them?
Yeah. I believe the term they used is practical completion. So that pushes the from the Batley game, that'll push the capacity up to 1320, right. Which will eventually go up if and when they ever decide to build the other two sides. Although we're not, but we're fine as we are for the minute. You know, we don't need a great deal more than what we've got at the moment. We're fine where we are. So
excellent. And lots of people are buying the food and the drinks and everything. I can get that something.
I mean, last night sales were always good. There's always a queue at the bar. The queue goes pretty quickly. It's not silly. Everybody seems to be enjoying themselves. Away fans moaning about the price of it, but you know, it's not our decision. And money goes to the club, so don't complain. And best of all, they serve 2 pints. 2 pints.
Oh my God! You just made my day.
Yeah, and it's cheaper than 2 pints as well. So it's actually cheaper to get 2 pints in the same pot than it is to get 2 pints in 2 pots.
That's it. I'm coming. I'm going Batley game. It's the day before Soccer and Spandex on the 9th. Mine event's on the 9th. Eagles are playing on the 8th, and I come up on the morning of the 8th. I've just got my bits to do with the venue and everything like that, but I'm coming. I'm coming to that game.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. Now.
Yeah.
Turn up and announce, and nobody knows I'm coming. Well, they do now.
They do now. You've just blown it, yeah.
Yeah, I've just blown it, but everything else about it will be cool. So the performances against Bradford and Lee, are we missing Faz and Mikey?
Yeah, I think we're missing big players, obviously. I think the issue with Bradford was more the fatigue factor. It was like the 4th game in 3 weeks. And it was stinking hot day. We didn't play as well as we could. I didn't think Bradford were particularly special, but they were better than we were. It's disappointing. It's a missed opportunity, but I think fatigue has a lot to play in that because we were running on the bones of the squad. And 1 or 2 of the players after the game, I'm not going to name names because I'm not going to do that, but I asked them if they were all right. You know, we had a chat. They said sorry and all that, but they said we're just knackered. You know, and then they had a couple of weeks off before the league game. So Bradford, yes, disappointing, but it's not the end of the world because at least we know where we are now. We have got players coming back from injury. Villa, of course, played last night. Villa's back from injury. Kirk is back from injury. For London next week, we do get Super Joel and Mikey Wood back in the squad, and I know they're eager to hit the ground running. Joel last night, especially, he's chomping at the bit to get back to it. So, well, wouldn't you be? So, yeah, I mean, promising signs ahead. We'll discuss the league game. I was not disappointed with the manner of our performance because I didn't think we got a chance to have any kind of performance. Lee were just that good. It reminded me very much of a Championship against Super League Challenge Cup game when you just get overawed because they're just better than you. The speed, the effort. What worries me about Lee is the fact that the season started, they were like second fiddle to Fev. Lost to them. They've improved. We did well in them games against them. Then they beat Fev. But I'll tell you now, what they were like last night compared to when we played them in the 1895, it was a totally different side. I mean, I couldn't believe how much they'd improved. obviously they've got Blake Ferguson, which is ridiculous. Just signed Josh Charlie, which is ridiculous. And obviously, what's the other lad? I said last night on Facebook that Ipapi, the hooker, I think he's probably the best Championship player at the moment. Absolute. It was just brilliant last night. Absolutely picked every single thing that we were doing, spotted all the places to go, the gaps, made runs. Great player, and I think that Lee are now the favourites to go up. They've got to be, based on what we saw last night and what they've been doing that we have seen against Fev and against the other teams. I think Lee have now got to be the favourites to go up. Their fans were kind of like, not sick of winning, but more the manner of it, because they're now just steamrolling teams. And they're saying, whilst it's brilliant that we're pasting everybody and all, it's you don't come to games thinking it might be a contest. We've come here tonight, we know we're probably going to win, and after 18, 20 minutes when they're 18-0 up, the game's probably done as a contest, because they're just going to power on and on and on. Somebody asked me if they're full-time. Yes, I believe they are, as full-time can be in the Championship. So, not a lot else to say. What I will say about Lee is they're spending a hell of a lot of money, and if they don't go up and that money stops, then they're going to have big problems. Take this with a big grain of salt. One of the Lee lot last night said to me that apparently Blake Ferguson's on $8,000 a week. Now, I don't know what our players earn, and I don't particularly want to know what our players earn because it's none of our business.
Is our entire wage budget $8,000 a week?
But I would think that $8,000 a year would probably be what, that's probably some of our players get that a year in match fees or whatever terms we do. And they're paying that somebody a week. Somebody said, I don't think there's a salary cap at the Championship level. Yes, there is, 2.1 million. Now, 2.1 million, we wouldn't spend that in 10 years. So that's what we've got to compete with. I don't know what our wage bill is. Again, I'm not fussed. It's none of our business, but It's not that, and it's not even close to that. How can we compete with anything like that? So, yes, it was a disappointing scoreline and a disappointing result, but we've just got to look about it and see where we are.
I compare it to when Castleford felt Northern Ford Premiership. Do you remember when Castleford got relegated?
2005, I think it was.
Yeah, the unthinkable happened, and Castleford got relegated. And
brilliant.
I always said that Castleford then decided that no matter what happens, we're going to go still full time, everything. We're going to get out of this division first chance we get, because the longer we stay in here, the longer it's going to take us to get out. And I think with Lee, Beaumont's had enough of being a yo-yo. He doesn't want Lee to be a yo-yo side, but I can't see Blake Ferguson staying more than next year at maximum. Josh Charnley's got a 2-year extension at the end of this season, so he's there for another 2 years.
Well, I think we're past the deadline for perms, aren't we? So it's like a loan and then going to be turned into a full-time. And I assume that's on the proviso that they go up.
Now, the question I've got, I know it's rugby league, but it's connected to the Eagles in Wayne. What the hell is Darryl Powell doing at Warrington to get in? There's all these Warrington stalwarts that have been there years and years and years. And if you've seen it over the last few weeks, they're all going to new clubs. They're all getting out, and they're going to Wigan, they're going to Saints, they're going everywhere they can. They've done even a swap today. I think one's gone from Joe Wardle's gone from Huddersfield to he's gone from their name. Damn it. And he's gone to Warrington from them, and another player's gone from Warrington to the other direction. It's Lee are on a road to nowhere. You can't expect the players that they've got with the ages that they are. Where is the youth setup for Lee Centurions? Where is the youth coming from? Yes, we know that Lee's got a wonderful amateur game. It's got the Lee Miners, the Lee Rangers. They've got all these great teams in the thing. But where's the youth? I've not heard of any youth players or anything like that coming through Lee for the last 5-6 years. It's all been buying players, and then, we've got to start again, and we're getting players from like Division 1. I've never seen a youth player come through Lee Centurions for years yet.
We're still dealing with the post-COVID issues where a lot of people will have not been able to play for a year, and then we'll have got disenchanted and stopped doing it. I think we've got to factor that in. I can't speak for the amateur game in Lee, but they do have a good production line of players that have come through. I think the throwing money at foreigners and whatnot is to just get them up.
Yeah,
I think that's the plan, just to get them up and then deal with whatever else later. Obviously, the plan is always to grow your own team, because then it don't cost you as much in wages and fees. But I think it's now a case of just get up. And yeah, it looks like Beaumont is throwing everything at it to not only get up, but to make sure they stay up. And I think, given the state of the bottom of Super League at the moment, I think there would be a match for your Wakefield, your Toulouse, and whatever else there is down there. I think they would definitely. I think they beat Toulouse, and I think they probably beat Wakefield. And Salford will be.
Toulouse will be down. I mean, there's 6 points between Toulouse and the rest of them now.
I think they're probably going to finish bottom, but are they going to go down though?
Yeah,
Well,
good point.
I think they've got to, because you can't change the rules. Well, the RFL can do what they want. We know that. You can't change the rules mid-season and say, "Oh, actually, we've decided that even though you finish bottom, you're not going to go down because we like you." You know, that just is ridiculous. What they need to do is say, 2023, there's no relegation, and then 2024, there's no relegation, to expand to 14 teams, which I think is what the long-term plan is, isn't it, to go to 14? And then do it that way, because then clubs will know in Super League, we don't have to go down. We can invest in youth. We can bring the youth players through, because I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of these two Super League teams don't give the youth a chance, because they're scared that they'll finish bottom and go down because the squad's not good enough. Now, I'm not backing the licensing thing where you got 3 years in. That's a load of absolute holics. But at least this way, if you say, look, we're expanding to 14 teams, you're going to have 2 years where no one comes down and someone comes up. And then from 2024 onwards, it's back to somebody going down. And if you go down, you go down, no arguing. I think if they're going to do it, that's the way they've got to do it. But it won't surprise me if you turn around next season and said, right, 2's going up or something like that, you know. Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about Lee and everything like that. Michael's just said, I thought Apape was the best player I've seen this season.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Michael's agreed, said he really impressed with Connor Bowell again last night, and your guy Kadeem looked really well again when he came on.
He showed up very well when he came on. Yeah, he's not scared of having a go. I mean, he came on later on, got some ball time, got stuck in there, and you could say, you know, Kadeem's only like, what is it, second, third game he's played. Yeah. He's only going to get better the more he plays, and the more we move on, and the better it gets. I think he's going to get more game time.
Yeah. Before we go
against some of the lesser teams, if I can say that, like you're working to Whitehaven, and that's where we need to get him in and get him on the score sheet and look at pushing him forward. But it's only like when Eddie Batty came through the system to play for us with Dan Hawksworth. First game they played was something like Dewsbury, who were bottom, and it was a good game to blood them in, and they did well. And within 6 months, they were mainstays in the team. You know, they were on the team sheet. So it's great. It's actually Kadeem's story of going, you know, from the Hawks, you know, to the academy, and then having to go to Coventry or wherever he got sent to Coventry because of the RFL, and then coming back. I think it's a great story, and it's a story that we don't get enough in Sheffield, is it? Homegrown lad doing it. So yeah, you know, it's only going to get better for him.
Yeah, and then also talking about Dewsbury, ex-Eagles Matt Gartside has just gone to there on loan.
Fair enough.
My Gartside jersey will never ever come out of that wardrobe now. It's staying in there. I don't care if it's the grand final jersey. It will never be seen until he does not leave, until he leaves Dewsbury. No chance.
Well, you can't blame him for going somewhere for wanting to get game time. No. There was a very good I don't know who made this comment earlier, but somebody made a very good one. Like, you know, if he was available on loan, why didn't we go for him? Maybe we did, but maybe Fax didn't want to let him join us.
Yeah.
Because they could see us as a rival, potential rival for like top six.
Dewsbury are just... I will laugh my giddy arse off if they go down with Workington. I will laugh my arse off.
I would much prefer Dewsbury went, because where would you rather go, London or Dewsbury? I know where I'd rather go.
Yeah, exactly.
It's going to come down to what's happened on the pitch, but London turning them over the other week has certainly helped.
I think... in fact, I'll get the fixtures up for tomorrow up as well. I think now we're getting to it's over half. It's now we've over
just over halfway now, aren't we?
We're halfway through.
It feels weird though, because we've got all these home games left and only 3 away. I think there's only 3 aways left. 4: London, Batley, York, Widnes. I think that's it. I think they're the 4. Yeah. Well, and I should be at all of them.
Oh. Tomorrow's games. We'll just go through tomorrow's games, mate.
Right, go on then.
Betfred Championship. Oh no, tomorrow morning we've got the State of Origin. Come on, the Blues. Come on.
Not happening.
I know it's not happening. No way. That I'm not kidding. I watched that. I watched that last week. I watched it, and I'm not kidding. I was like, wow. And then I saw this video that said the story of the Queenslander chant. And I was blown away. I'd never seen it before. And then I realized how much it means to him. And I'm like, why can't that? If anybody doesn't know, very simply, one of the New South Wales people, this is going back in the 90s when Paul Vaughton was in charge of Queensland. And he overheard two New South Wales players saying, if the first person that shouts Queenslander is going to get a smack in the mouth. This was in the days and where you could hit everybody that moved in a state of origin and no repercussions. So Paul Vaughton said at the meeting, right, somebody's going to say, if the first one that says Queenslander is going to get a punch in the mouth, who's saying it? And all 17 hands put their hand in there. And if you watch the match when they're walking out, you see Billy Moore, Queensland, going, Queenslander, Queenslander. And then the first scrum, and it's on this video I shared, the first scrum goes down, and then all of a sudden somebody says it, and then boom, everybody's in from all over the place. And that poor referee is like, what do I stop here? Where? What? There was about 7 or 8 fights all going on at the same time. And that's where the Queenslander comes from. It was magical. It's magical to watch and see it explain and stuff. Fixtures today, we had the mighty Cornwall win their first game. Well, they did beat the Raiders.
Well, can only beat what's that?
Right, the Betfred League One tomorrow. North Wales Crusaders versus Doncaster Crusaders. They've fought to the last few weeks. They've lost to quite a few games.
They've lost a couple in the league, haven't they? Yeah, which has put them adrift a little bit, but they're still there. You know, they're third, I think, second, third, and what's wrong with that?
And Keighley Cougars versus Oldham.
Keighley are red hot at the minute. You'd think they'll do it.
Keep winning, because as long as they're winning, they don't want QLT back. That's my philosophy on it.
I honestly think that QLT's settled here for the season now. If I'm honest, I think he'll be.
Let him go out and blaze the glory. And what an end of season do that will be.
Oh. Go out. He's going to carry on, isn't he?
Hope so. Betfred Championship tomorrow. All 3 o'clock kickoffs. We start at the bottom. Widnes Vikings versus London Broncos. There's a few ex-Broncos lads in there, Fozzie and a couple other lads. So I go with Widnes, especially with John Case now. He's in to settle it now. So
he'll get him playing. You know, they may not win a great deal, but he will get them playing at least.
Yeah. Whitehaven versus York City Knights.
Away win.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. Newcastle versus Workington. Now, Newcastle have just sacked their coach, or he's left. So
I find that a bit weird because I don't know what their expectations for the season were, but I think they're about where they should be.
Well, they've got a full-time squad, and I think they would be higher up with Dennis Betts and everything else that goes with it. I think they thought they'd be higher up the league because of what happened last year. I think they thought, well, if we go full-time, we can improve on it. And they haven't, and they've not improved. Most improved team of the year is us by a mile.
Doesn't happen overnight, does it?
No. So I'm going for a Workington win on that one. I think Chris Thorman's lads might just sneak it.
Well, that'll make the bottom battle a bit more interesting if it brings Workington back into it.
And then, and also tomorrow, Featherstone versus Batley Bulldogs.
That's a lot more interesting because Batley are pretty good this year. I think Fev will have too much for them, but that could be a closer contest than we all might think.
I think Featherstone.
If Batley were to turn them over, then Lee can't fail.
Featherstone are still suffering a Wembley hangover. They're still suffering that of the last few because they've had a few defeats over the last few weeks. I know it's Lee they've lost to, but they're having a Wembley hangover, big style, and they've got to shake it off quickly.
Yeah.
And then the last one, wow, well, pick your poison. Bradford Bulls versus Dewsbury Rams.
I'm going for them both to lose.
It's the one game we don't want no one to win in it. We're the right man to support a winner of that one. Who the hell with that one? And tomorrow morning, and then on Super League, you've got Salford versus Wakefield.
Garbage.
OKR versus that team in the West Yorkshire.
Garbage.
And then you've got Cass versus Catalan Dragons. And the Monday night game in the Betfred Championship, Barrow Raiders versus Halifax Panthers.
Well, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
On a Monday night, though, not enjoy going up there on a Monday night.
Yeah, definitely. Next weekend. Oh, Brisbane Broncos are playing North Queensland Cowboys next week.
Mm.
Betfair Championship next week is Featherstone versus Newcastle at 6:30 on a Saturday night. And then the Sunday, it's everything. And what's the Monday night game? Oh, there's no Monday night game next week on July the 4th.
All right, okay.
So it looks like every game's on Sunday at 3:00 next week. Oh, Workington's kicking off early against Widnes at 2. So everything's on at 3. And then we might have a 100-point game next week. Keighley Cougars versus West Wales Raiders.
Yeah, that's going to be ugly.
Yeah, and so then, but no, it's nice to know that with Kadeem's playing, as sponsored by Eagles Chat and Sheffield Eagles Supporters Association. Got all that sorted now and everything. Did you see the amount of people that were spamming Sheffield Eagles page yesterday with bloody streams from India?
No, I didn't. But it's getting a bit weird and silly now, isn't it? Because
half of them wanted to join. I mean, there's a group on Facebook that I'm involved with. It's the Sheffield Eagles girls team of the 90s that when I was involved with it, with being the coaching of the 90s. And I created a group to get all the girls together and see if we can have a reunion at some point now. It's 30 years on.
Yeah.
The amount of people from India that want to join that group because it says Sheffield Eagles girls. I am literally every day deleting and blocking these people because it's sports channels from India. And I'm like, what are you doing to me? Give me a break here. So it absolutely is terrifying.
It's something for Facebook to sort out. They should sort it out, shouldn't they? I don't know.
Facebook can. I'm a bit mixed at the moment because Facebook give me a great week, so I'm happy with them. But at the same time, I'm not happy with them because there's the spamming that they're allowing. It's just crazy. Michael White gives a question here. 5 games this month. How many points would you be happy with? I'd be happy with 6. I think he's on about July.
Yeah, he will be. Yeah. What we fixed? So we've got London first, then Batley, and then I think we've got Workington, Whitehaven at home, and what else we got?
Oh no!
Is it Workington and Whitehaven both at home?
Let me have a look. Let me see if I can get the fixtures up on us on the web page. Matches, fixtures, results. Right. Fixtures, results. We are into July. Next month we've got London Broncos 3rd, Batley the 8th at home, Barrow at home on the 17th, Workington at home on the 24th, and then London Broncos away.
At the Summer Bash.
Oh yeah, Summer Bash on the 30th.
I think of those, we've got 4 games that are winnable. Batley at home will be very tough. Barrow at home will be tough, but I think we can win it. And I think we should be able to win the others as well. Broncos twice in Workington. I think we should be looking that we should be winning those, especially as the squad's coming back together. With obviously Thax all being well, will be back in the side. Get well soon, Thax. I've heard he's been unwell. We'll have the suspended players coming back also. We'll have more strength in the squad. And I think if we do get a good win on Sunday next week against London, it'll spur us on for the rest of July. And I think we can turn a corner. So how many can we win? I think 4 out of 5 is possible. I think 3 is likely, but 4 is possible. You never know. We might beat Batley at home. That'd be a nice surprise.
We've got 4 away games left of the season. We've got London twice this next month because of Bash and London next week. Widnes Vikings away on 21st of August. And then on his last away game is the 26th of August is York.
Yeah,
and then we've got 2 home games to finish off September. 2nd and 9th, Featherstone and Dewsbury.
Well, Fev, hopefully they'll be in free fall by then.
Do we get to relegate Dewsbury?
I think Dewsbury could already be down by then.
But wouldn't it be something?
Dewsbury could already be gone by then, which would be a shame because I would love to send them down, but can't have everything you want in life, can you?
Yeah. I might come up. Oh no, I don't know if I can do it. I'd love to come up and see Workington because I'd love to see Chris Thorman. I'd love to have a chat with Chris again. It's a long time since I saw Chris. That's if he's still in the job, by the way.
I think so. He's not doing a lot wrong. It's just
I think he didn't have a lot of time to put his squad together for this year, and it'll work out better for him next year anyway. But yeah, July looks interesting, I must admit. So we've got 3 home games out of the month. If I'm honest here, London, I'd take us to win London, Barrow, because we owe them. Workington, I'll take us. I'll take 4 out of them 5 games to win.
Yeah.
I'd take 4 out of them 5. The only 1 point I'll be slipping with is Batley.
Yeah.
But the others, I'd take us to win all of them. Easy. And then August looks... The rest of the season looks all right. I mean, there's 10 games left. There's 10 games to go. Is there? Hold on, 11.
Yeah, we played home and away. We've got Feather home to come and we've got York away. And I think everything beyond that is potentially winnable. So,
I think more than Leicester, are we looking at the playoffs? I don't know. I'm just looking if we sneak it, great.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but we need to look at where we were last year, where we are this year, and where we're looking to go next year. And I think if we finish 7th or 8th, I'd be very happy with that, considering where we were.
Yeah. So. Oh, by the way, Sheffield Olympic Park Stadium, if you're going to put out statements from Scarborough, make sure they're all up to date and they're not the old ones from 2 months ago.
Spell check them as well.
I looked at the ones and it was saying, oh, yes, we're going to look forward to our first event at the stadium, Steve Marriott. I went, hold on, that's the statement from like
I
April.
saw that. What's he on about? What is the first official event?
That's him that said to me, there's no badge going on the stadium. That's him that said there's no badge going on the side of the stadium.
It bloody is.
There better be a badge going on that stadium or something that says home of Sheffield Eagles. Not home of the Sheffield Eagles, home of Sheffield Eagles. Just that's what I want. Something that says our name on the stadium.
I thought that was in the original plan, the original architect work.
Yeah, he's put a badge on the side of it. We all saw it. I mean, it was next to that other badge. It's that team in Sheffield, but
well, they don't use it now, so they don't need to put theirs up.
And then after all the seasons finished and done with, the most important thing of the lot is we've got the end of season 2 and everything to look forward to. Can't wait. I can't wait. I loved last year's. I thought it was great. I loved it.
It's extra time, wasn't it, last year?
Yeah.
It was obviously a bit less formal because we didn't get to watch the first half of the season. So it was a bit more relaxed, and I actually quite enjoyed it as well. I mean, we'll probably go back to a more starch do this year because that's what people like. But yeah, that's fine. I'll do whatever.
Yeah, but if it's a more start, I thought the atmosphere at the extra time was magical. It was great because you had all the lads there. I mean, yes, they were going on to Bastions New, and we knew the players that were leaving and everything. And yep, it was after Featherstone had tanked us something crazy. But given the due, all the lads turned up. They were there for Player of the Year, the presentations and everything like that. And it was a good night out with the fans and everything there. And I loved it to bits because it's my first one of midnight. I remember the ones at the Royal Victoria Hotel and all that being proper. And you had to wear your suit, tie and everything and be dressed proper. And you had a sit-down meal and everything like that. I'm like,
I've been to a fair few over the years. We used to do it at the Hilton, which is not a Hilton anymore. It's Best Western. But they were sort of, the food was fine, but you didn't get anywhere near enough of it. I mean, team of rugby players who were hungry. One year, again, I will not name names here, but I remember one year they were bringing food around and there were hardly any of it. And literally, an order of pizzas turned up half an hour after the main course. Somebody's phoned local bloody pizza up, they didn't online order then, but somebody's phoned local pizza up, and literally some bloke turned up at reception with 10 pizzas for players because they didn't get enough food. And I remember it because it were rubbish. Year after that, I think we had it at Sheffield City Hall. That were pretty good. But we actually had it at Bramall Lane a few years after that, at their Platinum Suite, on Cherry Street side, I think it is. And it was actually very good. Despite being there, it was actually very good. That was probably my favourite.
I think
I didn't go to the last couple, but I think where we might do it this year will be that OEC next to Overton Stadium, which would be perfect. It's just a moment.
Yeah. I remember the ones I remember, I mean, like, I'm going back when Darryl Powell and Tubby were the ones there and everything. And every time I went, Tubby never got a prize and everything like that. I mean, the year he didn't miss a kick all season. He didn't miss a game all season. And he didn't miss a kick. He'd gone only 63 games in a row that he started kicking and everything. And he was on fire for it all the while. I just remember, I mean, the ones I always remember is the one that Mick Cook won the Players Player of the Year 4 or 5 years in a row. They were every year it was Mick Cook won this, Mick Cook won this. And everybody was like, is anybody else going to win this apart from Mick Cook? I had the honor of going. I mean, some of the nights were just magical. The 98 one when we won the cup, that was great. Especially when after we had the main meal, me and about a few all the school's coaches, we all went and everything like that. We all got dressed up. And then all of a sudden we were sat there and we're going, yeah, we're bored now. How long's this going on for? He wants another 3 hours of this. And then one of us, I'm not naming him, but he's at Leeds Rhinos. And he said, right, nightclub, let's go. And all the academy lads went, yeah, all right, yeah, which one we're going to? And we went, no, not you. And he went, no, we're bored shitless as well. Excuse me, sorry. And he went, yeah, come on, let's go. So Roxy's, no less, the entire academy team missed their presentation night because we all took them to Roxy's. Had 2 hours in there, and then we went back to the Victoria Inn and just went, yeah. And they all went, yeah, where have you lot been? And it was, we've just been boogieing down. We've been having a couple of drinks. Yeah, you've just missed our presentation. They wasn't happy, not one bit. And me and Jason say we got blamed. But I was like, hey, they're grown men. They can do what they want.
I think you did get blamed. Set a record.
It's not our fault. Royal Victoria Hotel. That's exactly where we were.
I went to a wedding there once at Royal Victoria. I'm not bagging the hotel because I'm sure it's great, but I went to a wedding there once, and oh my god, it were awful. It was just like wedding, food, 6 hour gap till the evening do, and oh my word, it dragged and dragged and dragged. Yeah. And we cleared off to the pub and came back later. But in our wedding, when I got married, what we did is we put on the invites, this was happening at this time, this is happening at this time, this is happening at this time. So you knew in advance what time stuff were, because it was during the World Cup 2014. And I know for a fact that off the tarps, during the gap between the food while the photos were, they all cleared off to the pub to watch the football, Uruguay against Costa Rica or whatever it were. So I know they all cleared off to the pub because Guts was like, is Mark coming? I'm like, do you really think he's going to go to the pub on his own wedding day? Anyway, that's another story. Yeah, but, So I think it's going to be at OEC because we've started having events there now. Yeah. And I think from all accounts, it's a really good venue. I haven't been yet, but by all accounts, it's a really good venue. No, the business lunch is happening this week, I think, there. So give Mark Hannigan his due. Him and this year, I think Mark has been an amazing person. He's done everything, worked his backside off on that day at the stadium that I was there. I can't wait to see everybody again on Sunday or even the following week at Batley. It's good. Yeah. I'd have been to more games this year. What's that, sorry? I'd have been to more games this year than I've been since 2000. Good. That is crazy. I used to have fallen back in love with Eagles again. And doing this and everything like that and everybody. So it's just nice to have it. Michael has just said, I will see you at the presentation. Hoping Ben Shields gets some game time at some point. He's getting close. He was the tea carrier last night. Well, his time will come, like anything. I know he's only a young lad and his time's going to come. You know, Tubby, as he says many times when we talk to him, he always wants to give youth a chance. And when he's ready, Tubby will give him that chance. Yeah, and we've got Summer Bash. Everybody's announcing their shirts. Come on, lads. We're just over a month away. Where is our Summer Bash shirt? We need our Summer Bash shirt. Right. Okay. Well, wait for the club to do something official. I believe we're going to do one. All I know, I don't know a lot before anybody says, oh, you know people, so you know things. I actually don't know as much as you think. I believe that we have designed a third shirt should we need it. And I think that if we are going to do it, it's going to be the Summer Bash. I don't know if they're going to be a sale to fans. I don't know if they're going to be squad only. I don't know any of that. I do know, and I don't know what it looks like, but I do know that we did design a shirt in case we needed it, and I think we probably will for Summer Bash. I don't think it's a rule that you have to have a shirt for it, but I think it's just become the thing that clubs do now. So it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it'll be announced shortly. I'm sure. I'm sure that the timing will be right, and I'm sure there'll be a great way for the club to take our money in some way for it. But yeah, just a bit of patience. I'm sure if there's anything to tell us, we'll find out soon.
Funny you should say that. Tasha has just mentioned. Tasha has just put in our chat room. We like to keep you waiting. Give over.
Well, that's just basically on the spot, hasn't it? So she's just said that. So that I interpret that as we have got a kit coming, and we'll know about it soon. So
do me a favour. Tash, in there's all my Eagles jerseys in there. I am running out of room. I need more jerseys to fill so I can shove all them Steeler ones and all the Wednesday ones out of my wardrobe, and I can have a wardrobe full of Sheffield Eagles gear. I don't care what, but I just want all of them. Oh, and it's the draw this week. It's the draws.
The first CISA shirt draw.
Yes, I've already paid £8. I'm already paying £8 a month for my draw. So there's my name's on there 8 times.
I don't expect to win anything, but it's all for a good cause, so I don't mind, even if I do win one.
I want to win one. I want one. I want more than one now. I want them all. I'm jealous. I'm evil. Do you actually wear them all, Deano? Hell yes. Yes, I do.
I can tell you now it does on this show. Do I wear all the ones I own? Well, the ones that fit, yeah. A lot of the, how do I say this gently? A lot of the player-worn ones I own are of backs, shall we say, backs who are tall and quite skinny. Yeah. So there are issues when I wear those shirts because I've got Gibbos, who's got Dimmy Gibson's, who's a winger, Scotty Turner's, who's a winger, Zach McComb, who's a winger, Colton Roche, who was a centre, I think. I've got all their match-worn shirts, but because they're outside backs.
Hold on. Right. I will never, ever fit in Thax. I'll never fit in that Thax one. I tried it on. It was like getting in a vice. Yeah. And Super Joel's is a bit bigger, but not much because I don't know how the hell he got into that one. I really, really don't. The only one I've got players ones of the last few years, I've got Tyson Wilson, Bobby Tyson Wilson. That fits. That's nice. That's a nice fit.
It was a forward, so you'll be all right. Yeah.
I got Blake Broadbent's Summer Bash 2020, the blue with red and red stripes and something like that.
Yeah.
That fits me snugly, but it's nice. So I think I've lost a bit an inch off my chest, so that'll fit me again. Might wear it next week. I don't know. I might. No, I've got to wear my Super Joel next week. I have to wear that blue one next week. I have to wear my Super Joel. I have to. There's no question about it. That is the jersey I have to wear next week.
Last year's for me, I got, of course, Aaron Brown and Tyler Dickinson's. Tyler's fits fine because it's a player's worn 2XL, so it's like a normal one to me. It fits just nice. Aaron's is a little bit more of a challenge. I do get in it, but I can't have a lot of food afterwards, otherwise there may be an issue. My problem's not so much being bloated or anything, it's shoulders, because the shoulders are a lot wider now than they used to be. Yeah. So they tight up. Down here's all fine, but they tight up here, and it just looks quite, yeah.
Can I just say the most snug and most comfortable match-worn jersey that I own is this one.
I've got that one actually. Michael kindly sold it to me. I've got Sonny Esselman's, and that fits nicely actually. Yeah.
Wembley match-worn. Wembley. That's my case. It was match-worn on Wembley Stadium, so I don't give a monkey's what anyone says.
You didn't play in a match, Dean. You were at a match that was played at Wembley wearing that shirt, but you did not play in the match.
Did I wear it during the match? Yes, it was a match-worn jersey. It's match-worn. I wore it through the match. I ran on the pitch. I dive over the boards at Wembley. I got concussed. Everything. It's on TV. It's proof. I wore this during the match-worn jersey.
I've still got it on my Skybox, pal. So,
It's every time I look on bleeding Facebook, somebody's tagged me in the video of it. It's like, oh, look, Deano's here. And I'm like, oh, God, Ben, it's 3 years now and it's still going round.
Keep going.
But to answer Tasha's question, do I wear it? If you should have seen me when I used to work at the Eagles, this is the craziest thing. I had that many jerseys in the 90s, which Mark's got them all. I might want them back, actually. But I had all the jerseys from 84 to 2000, which everybody knew, until 1999, till the merger. So I had home, away, and I had lots of player ones. So that was the collection of all time for me. And I wore them every single day to go to the Eagles. I wore them all the time and everything like that. Everybody used to walk around Hillsborough. There never used to be anybody wearing Sheffield Eagles. But anytime they saw me, they went, "Hey, it's Deano who works at Eagles. You got any tickets?" And I'm like, "Well, how do you know it's me?" Because you're the only one that wears Sheffield Eagles. Every time a shirt came out, Tash, this is absolutely true, and I've told this story before. There was a time when this jersey was announced. This was the funniest jersey of the lot. When we had the Avec one originally, it was red and it was blue. I said, "No, it's rubbish. It's crap. I don't like it. It looks like a football jersey. It's not an Eagles." 4 months later, this was hung up in the commercial office, and I went, "What's that?" And went, "Oh, it's the new home jersey." And I went, "Yeah, okay, I'll have that," because that was a brand new badge at the time. Nobody had seen that badge. That was brand new. If you've got a jersey with this on, you have got a rare one, because it was only ever worn on a match one I think it was 4 games at the end of 97, Bradford and London Broncos, and then Wigan in Premiership. And then the following year for the first 2 rounds of the Challenge Cup in 98. And then that patch disappeared to be replaced by a white patch that said LG. So if you've got one of these, it's rare as anything. And I mean that.
I had an LG one because I bought it in '99 when I sort of started coming. That was when I started. So I had the LG '99 one.
Yeah.
But I bought a medium. It didn't fit me then, and it don't fit me now.
My ex-girlfriend in the 90s always said to me, "What do you want for your birthday?" And I went, "Eagles jersey." So everything like that. And next year being 25 years since, I mean, the full Monty's out now. The full Monty's being remade again. Are we looking? Because remember when Tubby came on? Because I watched all the interviews of the week. I watched the interviews all that week, and Tubby was saying,
I don't like to watch him back. I can't stand my own voice, so I only watch it.
I was just watching it, and just I saw what Tubby was saying. Yeah, well, full Monty's back in it, and he was looking at the camera, going, and I'm like, is he playing as a longie? Are we having the full Monty jersey back for next year? And my answer, I don't want it back. My full Monty was there at a time when, we reformed and everything, and it was the proper jerseys. But I don't want it back. I think I'd like to see new designs and everything like that. I mean, I love the fact that we've got with the red V, the red jersey with the V. This year's jersey has been one of fantastic. The away one has been outstanding. I wore that most of the time in Scarborough. I couldn't believe it. Just wearing that, everybody's Lindsay's going, "Why are you wearing Super Joel on your back?" And I went, "Hey, shush now. It's Scarborough. Leave me alone." But was before the reform, the Monty wasn't. Yes, it was 96, and then we had another white one with a full Monty on it, 2000, because that's in there as well. Because I've got one of them.
I like to see throwbacks to old kit. I actually enjoy it because it's not so much that you can't think of new designs. You can always think of new designs, but people enjoy that reminiscing about good stuff that's gone on. And I think it'd be a great opportunity to have, a version of that kit. But obviously, we can only do that if the own kit's still red, which I assume it will be. I don't know. It's a bit early to be designing next year's stuff, but I think it would be a good opportunity to market.
I think whatever it is next year, we'll get it out. I'll give Oxen the due. They put out some cracking designs over the last couple of years. They put out some belters of jerseys. Loved them. The quality's been great. I've loved everything. Were they late this year coming out? Yeah, okay, fair enough. But we got them eventually, and they look great when everybody were wearing them. Or do I say at that first match, which is still on my skybox, and then so is when you see everybody's wearing jerseys except the new one. The only people that were wearing it. Hold on. World exclusive. Tasha says next year's is already sorted. Hey, whoa. You're not getting me waiting 6 months. Not getting me. Was before the reform, the monitor. Right.
They've obviously been designed, and if they've been designed, we must already have sponsors lined up, but we know how sponsors are always sticking with us. So
let me just grab these 2 jerseys, because Tash is asking about the full Monty one, the reform. I want to show the 2 versions of it that we did.
Well, it's the white one with the blue eagle on the front and eagles on the shoulders, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, we've got to have that. We can't not do, and it's blue and white just for good measure. I love how he knows where everything is. People have to go at me for being accurate about everything, but this is next level.
This is the full Monty jersey. Won 1996. We never won it. We never won in the jersey. And it was worn in the film, The Full Monty, by the guy, Dave. If you've got one of these, they're rare as anything. And also they're worth an absolute fortune. They're going for like 70, 80 quid on eBay each. That was the full Monty. When the club was refunded.
Silly question about that. It's got eagles on the back, etc. Where's all the stuff on the front? Was there nothing on the front?
No, we didn't have any sponsor in 96. The home jersey is exactly the same as that.
So we just didn't have a sponsor that year?
No.
That was the one we wore in Paris, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the Paris one, yeah.
I think we're onto something if that's the away kit. I think that'd be great.
Then,
of course I'd buy it. Of course I'd buy it. I'd buy everything, don't I? But yeah,
then the reformed in 2000, and this appeared.
That one, yeah. I prefer the home one to that. The red with the gold eagle. I much prefer the home version of it. But yeah.
So that was the other one, and that's got Sheffield on the bottom, which I think's a cracking touch. That one, but yeah. I think I've worn that on the show once, and that was when Jack Howson was the person that I interviewed. But them are the two full Monty jerseys. Tasha just said, I remember the players doing the full Monty the night on Wembley, the night on Wembley in the hotel. I was 11. I was babysitting everybody's kids in my room. I went downstairs to ask a question and literally didn't know where to look, mortified. I was there at that night, that working men's club in 98 when the boys actually did the full Monty. When they had rugby balls and have baseball hats.
I've seen the photo of the well-positioned balls, shall we say. I have seen the photo. It's in the programs from '99, I think. So yeah,
I've got it.
I am familiar with what you speak of.
Yeah, I've got all these memorabilia in that one. The thing to remember is now I know for certain, and if anybody wants to know, they've got to ask me. But I know at least half of the players on that picture was wearing shorts or track or swim trunks. There's half of that group of Sheffield Eagles players that wasn't full Monty. I know who was, and I know who wasn't. And you'll be surprised who wasn't and who was. And I am not joking on that one. The best one who was full Monty, was John Keir. He did go full Monty. And with the position of the balls, you see people with their muscly sides and everything. So you have to see the picture and all that. Corey used to take off that photo all the time. Even if I had friends around, he would strip off and hold a ball there.
Oh, good Lord. Right. That's got to be Corey.
Oh, my God. That's the best thing ever. Hey, how did Corey play anyway?
He did all right, yeah. He's, obviously he's not played, for a while at Fax, and it's going to take him 4 or 5 games to fully hit his stride. But he did as well as he could last night. It was a very difficult game under all circumstances, but him and Isaac looked all right together, to be honest. Yeah, I think obviously the best is to come, and it's good to have that cover for Fax and at 9. Even though Via's back and we've got Tom Holmes as well, that coverage and cover is good.
We've got to say congratulations to Tom on the birth of his son. Tom Holmes had a baby boy. It was on Twitter. Yes. I think it was last week or this week. But he's congratulations, Tom, on being the birth of your son. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Congratulations, my man. Thank you very, very much for that one. But now I think he had a better game. It was his first 80 minutes in around 12 weeks. Wow.
Yeah. And obviously, I'm not saying that you're expected to hit the ground running with these things, but it's like anything. The more you do it, the better it gets.
Yeah. And it'll be great on London next week. We will be back this week. We might have got ourselves a special guest to join us this week.
We've got a couple of people lined up as coming on the show.
And it's not just the men's either. I've had a reply back today from the Eaglettes. Somebody from the Eaglettes, the cheerleading squad, were wanting to come on. So we're covering all bases with everybody and getting everybody on. Girls, not the girls, the ladies, the Sheffield Eagles ladies. We want to get them on. We want to get the learning disabilities guys on. We want to get everybody on. It's Eagles Chat covers all the teams that wears this. That's got this badge. You are most welcome on this one. Yeah.
I'll just tell you where we are. I've just had a message actually before we came live from Simon Brown. He's very eager to come on, and he's asked if we could do Monday, as in a couple of days. I'm not sure if we can actually, to be honest. I might have something going on, but we'll look at it. But we can maybe do it Monday after. Well, we can't. Can we do it Monday after? We could do it the Monday after London, but I can't be on the show because I'm still coming back from London because I'm actually staying overnight Sunday as well. But we'll look at doing that. And last night in the library after the game, I did speak to a few members of the ladies team, and I've had a message from someone today who's very, very eager to come on and talk about the ladies and the progress they've made, because we must mention that the ladies, they have got a game tomorrow away at Halifax. We wish you the best, of course. They had a great win against Illingworth last week, which was a great game by all accounts. And I think we must praise the women's, not just the ladies that are playing, but also the setup as well, because to go from nothing to a team winning games against known clubs in such a short time is great progress. And for those people who went to the game they played against Featherstone Lions before, I'm going to get myself shot, before the Bradford game, there's a lot of promise here. There's a lot of promise here. You know, obviously things to work on, things you can do, but what we saw, you know, we've got something good going here, and I hope it carries on. And all the best to you, ladies, girls, whatever you prefer. You know, it's going to be great, and I wish you well tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got a couple of things in the fire that I might want to do next year. I don't know yet, but I've got a couple of things. We just, as Tasha's just said, has Andrea been on? Yes, Andrea came on and had a wonderful time with Andrea talking about all the things. We've got to say, Andrea Dobson has done a massive, massive job in the 12 months she's been with Sheffield Eagles now. The work she's done. She's gone from COVID with nothing, and you look what's in place now. We've got a women's, we've got the learning disabilities, we've got the wheelchair guys. We've got congratulations also to one of our wheelchair guys who did an international last week playing for Ireland.
Stephen played for Ireland. Yes, wonderful.
So all this has been done on the work of the Eagles Foundation and Andrea. And Andrea's been working her backside off to the bone and everything. What a one. I said to her last year when she came on, I said, everybody that's been development officer has always become a legend in their job. And she says, oh, no, I'm not. Andrea, you've done more in 12 months than I saw some development officers do in 2 years. You've done an amazing, amazing job. And I can speak from experience on that one. But you have done such a. She goes on maternity leave in a month or so she'll be back kicking next season. She's great. She's gonna have a baby. Oh, no way! We didn't know this. Congratulations to Andrea. Hey. Amazing. Oh, that's fantastic to know. But no, when she come on, she was just talking about it, and I look at the history that I know of the development. I mean, I got Tim Butcher, who's now one of the guys that developed, who's involved with Rugby League World and League Express. He's the guy that started League Express. Him and Martin Sadler got in a room and just came out with a term, says, we're going to show Rugby League what to do, and became League Express. Then from Tim Butcher, we became Ralph Rimmer. Ralph Rimmer came in and did the job, became chief exec, and the rest is history, as they say. He's now the boss of RFL. Next on along the line, we had Jason Davidson and Simon Lomas, and he was assisted by an unknown little tog lad called me. And we had a right laugh with that one for a few years, and then I left and went to cleaner pastures. But the development side of the game has always been there. It's been fantastic, and Andrea is doing a wonderful job.
She is indeed.
And one of the first schools coaches was a guy called Mark Aston. I remember that.
I'm sure him and Darryl came to my school when I were at Maynham. I've got vague memories of it.
Do you know what he used to say when he had a coaching thing to Mark? Every time he used to go, and here's a Tobys tip for today. And I'm like, oh, here we go again. Tobys tip for the day. And the first time he said it, Darryl just went, oh, tell me that's not going to be a thing, please. And he went, Tobys tip of the day. And we're like, oh, for God's sake, here we go. But nobody's got a bigger heart than Mark Aston. No one in this world. And to see everybody last week and everybody the Father's Day, it was fantastic to see everyone. It really was. As we said, we did it. That Lee's out of the way now. We've got London next week. We will see you. We will both be there.
Sorry, sorry, I'm having hay fever issues. Sorry. Yeah, at the Bradford game, I do apologise for people who I was going to talk to and then didn't. I started at half time in the Bradford game. I started having a massive sneezing fit with the hay fever because, of course, you know the amount of grass going around, and it's grass pollen I've got probably. So I started sneezing, and I thought I'm not going to sit in that stand and sneeze all over everybody. So I went and hid out of the way on the other side and dealt with it. But it comes and goes. I'm just having a bit of a moment at the minute, but I'll be fine. I feel myself. I've got one of them nasal sprays. I take some tablets and you can just manage it. So London, yeah, we're both going to be there, aren't we?
Yeah, it's great. It's London Ebbsfleet. It's a lot easier to get than Wimbledon apparently, so I can't wait for that one.
Absolutely is 100%.
And then the following week it's Batley at home, and I will be there. I'm going to come to the Batley game because I'm up in Sheffield that week because I've got my big charity event that weekend. So I'm going to
on my birthday, no less.
Yeah, I might be celebrating things around and getting all my wrestling gear. I've got so much stuff over there that's for my charity event signed and everything from wrestling. It's crazy. It's wonderful to see it and everything, and all these bids and everything. I've got my auction starting Monday, which is going to be mental. So it all kicks off Monday, my little charity event. But I can't wait for that. But anyway. Thanks to this gentleman that's over here. He did this on a Saturday night for a lot. God bless. The 25th of June. If you want to subscribe to us, please remember we are on YouTube. We are at 20 subscribers now. All our videos for this year we've got is on there. If I can find somehow of downloading all the videos from Facebook onto my computer, I will do it. And then we'll have a whole history of videos and everything, of chats and everything, interviews, the Eagles chat. Every time we do it, it goes on YouTube. So you're all there for you in your glory. I'm still waiting for. And the reason why there's no comments, I've been asked why there is no comments on the YouTube, is because if we put comments on YouTube, there is no doubt, Gally, that we're going to get somebody from Featherstone, somebody from Lee, or somebody like that, having a go at us. And I just went, let them do it. And I don't want it. I don't want anybody having a go at this one. This is ours. This is ours. We are the only one that does this in rugby league. Nobody else does this. I don't care what anyone says. Nobody does this just as long as we've done this. Eagles Chat's been here now 6 years. It's great. So, but anything to finish with, mate? Apart from Raiders have won. Cornwall have won.
Raiders have won. Cracky Moses. No, I'm just going to say, it's great to chat to you all. London next week, I may be slightly off form because what it is, it's Mr. Senior's birthday tomorrow, and he'll be 40 years old. And 2 weeks tomorrow, it's my birthday, and I'll be 40 years old. And right in the middle of those two birthdays is London Broncos away. So we're going down for the weekend with a few of us. We're all going down. There will be copious amounts of beer, cider, and God knows what else going on. So Sunday, I may be a little delicate, so just go easy with me. But it'll be great to see as many as we can down there. Yeah, I know things are tight at the minute. I know I was talking to the Blazing squad last night. They don't know if they're going yet. And I just said, get the train down Sunday. You'll be fine. Yeah. It'd be great to see a lot of people. I appreciate it's a long way. Not everybody can do it, but, it'd be wonderful to see folk. Tasha's leaving us all these lovely questions on the chat. She's very welcome to come on the show absolutely anytime. It'd be great. It's not just me and Deano here. Everybody is welcome. This show is for you. This is your show. We don't get paid to do this, and thank God for that. We just do it because we love it and we love the club. So it's fine. Thanks to all those people that do watch. It does my mental health a world of good to come and talk to you all. We all have us struggles and whatnot, and this helps with mine. So look forward to seeing as many as you can at London. I will not be at the Batley game, unfortunately. So I will see you all again then. For what's the next one after that? Is it?
Next one after Batley, he's looking straight here. It's Barrow on Sunday, the 17th of July.
I'll be fine for that. Yeah, I'll be fine for the Sunday homes. Yeah, it's no problem. The Friday homes, I get there, but I get there late because Harry has his swimming lesson. He's in the disability class, so it's on a Friday night at 6. So I just go straight over afterwards. But I'll be. I should be apart from Batley, I'll be at every home from now on, and hopefully they'll have cut the grass.
Yeah, and today's episode has been dedicated to one of the greatest Yorkshiremen that's ever lived on this planet. He was a stalwart of rugby league. He was supporter of rugby league. He was the first presenter of the Super League show. He always had time for Sheffield Eagles. He always had time for anybody to do with rugby league, cricket, football in general. Harry Gratian will be missed by every single person to do with Yorkshire sport. Today's episode is dedicated to the life memory of Harry Gratian by a mile. We're going to miss that, lads. We're going to miss him so much.
An absolute institution. Yeah. I do have a little story about Harry Gratian, actually. I did briefly meet him. 2016, when Wednesday got to the final at Wembley, me and Ricky had just come out the Green Man to walk down to the ground. And he was coming the other way with a group of people. I assume they might have been his sons or whatever. I know he's got children. And he actually collared us and said, which way's the Green Man? You know, the Green Man pub. I says, it's up there, but there's a massive queue. I says, but I'm sure a man of your stature, Mr. Gratian, will be allowed in, no problem. And he just turned around and just went, don't call me mister, I'm from Bradford.
Oh. I think I met him once. That was when we went to Wembley '98, and he came and I think he was saying about Tim Adams, the chairman at the time, and he was saying that Tim Adams persuaded him to put some money on the Eagles would win at Wembley, so he won some money. He put money on the Eagles against Wigan, and when he asked why he did that, and he said, "Do you think I'm betting on Lancashire?" Shut up. Hey. So Yorkshire through and through, an absolute legend of the Yorkshire thing. And he's going to be very, very, very missed by a lot of people, And without him, we wouldn't have a Super League show on BBC Two at this moment. And God bless him and his family. Our condolences to his family, to everybody's friends and everybody concerned that knows Harry Gratian. What a guy and what a memory he's going to be. It's going to be a long, long time before anybody like that comes along again. He was a fantastic fella. I used to watch Look North down here. And when I can watch it, I was like, yeah, let's watch it. I still watch the Yorkshire news when I can. Still watch it. I'll still be Yorkshire.
You want to know what's going on in Leeds? Yeah, you do. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not saying about Yorkshire TV. Yeah, that's it about none about. Anyway, right, we'll get off and everybody have a nice time. Have a nice time, everybody. Oh, you have a great weekend. We will see you next week at some point. I promise you, we've got a special guest. So we will be coming on and we will see you again very, very soon. Take care. Good night. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.